The Shaw wishes to acknowledge and honor the land upon which we gather as the historic and traditional territory of First Nations peoples. In particular, we recognize and thank the Neutral Nation, the Mississauga, and the Haudenosaunee for their stewardship of these lands over the millennia. You will see the gardens in late spring and moving to the lush splendors of early fall. The Shaw Festival, located in beautiful Niagara-on-the-Lake, is a popular destination for theatergoers. Shaw Guild volunteers maintain the beautiful gardens located behind the Festival Theatre and the Royal George Theatre. These gardens are open to the public and provide an idyllic place to enjoy a drink or a snack during intermission. Driving along Main Street to the Royal George Theatre, we pass the old courthouse built in 1847 and the cenotaph in 1922. The Royal George, a former vaudeville house with its rich appointments and intimate setting, create a magical place to enjoy world-class theatre productions. We begin our journey south of Old Town along the scenic Niagara River in Queenston. This home was built in 1881. The front garden explodes with peonies, iris, and salvia. As we wander through an iron gate into the backyard, dogwood trees help to provide privacy and color. We also see striking alliums and goatsbeard. Past a fish mobile which comes to life in the wind, we enter a sunken garden with gravel paths and leads to a trickling water fountain. By fall, these gardens explode with fall anemones and buddleia. Plants within the boxwood parterre are full with mature vegetables ready for harvest. Traveling back along the scenic parkway, which runs along the banks of the powerful Niagara River, past century-old trees toward the town, we arrive at our next garden. This historic property dates back to the early 1800s in the time of Laura Secord. The modern house fits beautifully into the landscaping, which transitions from a bricked front to a backyard pool and seating area surrounded by climbing hydrangea shrubs. Further into the property, the homeowners have maintained a natural woodland area. An interesting feature of this property is a small stone building said to have been a schoolhouse built around 1870. The surrounding area has an ambience with fallen ancient logs. By fall, the front walk is surrounded by Joe Pyeweed, a magnet for butterflies and bees. In back, the horsetail grass beside the pool has matured, providing an interesting accent to the backyard plantings. Back at the old schoolhouse with a view of the interior and the antique farm equipment. And here is a rare sight, a magnificent showing of double autumn crocuses. Let's go further along the parkway, past local fruit stands, which bring us to our third garden. Set in spacious grounds featuring mature trees, ornamental grasses, flowering shrubs, and a variety of perennials. Sitting in this garden, one has a glorious view of the signature vineyards in the area. Spring color is provided by fringed poppies and azalea shrubs. Island gardens in the backyard are planted with colorful barberry shrubs and evergreens and ensure privacy. By fall, the rudbeckia, coneflowers, and rose of Sharon are in bloom and contrast beautifully with the surrounding foliage. Niagara on the Lake, a beautiful community situated on the southern shores of Lake Ontario, home of the oldest golf course in North America and Queen's Royal Park. A few blocks up from the lake, we arrive at this lovely Regency-style house, which was originally built in 1829 and has been lovingly restored to its original elegance and beauty. This large corner property includes a pergola behind the house and seating areas surrounded by hosta and yew shrubs. In fall, there are tall yellow spikes of ligularia. Pots of annuals show some color in the overall design of greenery. and fragrant hostas are in bloom. The gardens are predominantly shades of green to provide a serene setting and include mass plantings of ground covers accented with Japanese maples. Niagara-on-the-Lake is known as the prettiest town of its size in Canada and internationally, in large part because of its flowered streets and gardens. Our next stop on the tour is the Lindenhouse, a private residence with carefully designed gardens. This property features a gorgeously appointed wraparound porch, accented with hydrangeas, boxwood, and perennials. The backyard is a secluded oasis with a pool, fountain, and space for entertaining year-round. Columnar trees and screens provide privacy to the pool and an outdoor kitchen and seating area. By fall, massive pots of annuals show color, and coneflowers are in bloom. This property includes many trees local to Niagara, such as the tamarisk tree in the back with its showy pink blooms. We walk back along the picturesque streets towards the lake and view Queen's Royal Park. Here, overlooking Lake Ontario, we visit this lovely property with its formal Carolinian front garden and stunning porch. Around the back, a completely different style of garden. The homeowners have planted vegetables and fruit trees, interspersed with perennials chosen to support and sustain one another. By fall, produce is ready to harvest, and there is a bounty of apples and pears and a wide variety of vegetables and herbs. Pops of color show in the garden from perennials like ligularia and annual marigolds and coleus. Lettuce, onions, beans, and other vegetables have been planted in raised beds. Espalier fruit trees along the fence frame this lush garden. Just down the street, also overlooking the lake, we visit the next garden on our tour. Entrance to this stunning property is through handcrafted cast aluminum gates, studded with stylized images of the birds and animals native in this area. Garden walls are softened with plantings of rhododendrons and different varieties of iris and roses. Inside, we see breathtaking views from the tiered gardens of Lake Ontario and Fort Niagara on the U.S. side of the river. In fall, the boxwood parterres are full of mature hostas and coleus, accented with trees and topiary hydrangea shrubs. Views of the lake are unimpeded in this garden, with the highlight being a stunning infinity pool designed to create many spaces for relaxing, entertaining, quiet conversation, or catching a nap. Matured trees covered in sweet autumn clematis scent this lovely garden. Passing back through town, we come to the last of the featured gardens. Nestled on a quiet street, we find this beautiful home. The side yard is highlighted by a trellis covered in a 100-year-old wisteria vine. The wisteria blooms each spring, creating an enchanted walkway to the back of the house, including a vegetable garden. On the other side of the trellis, hidden from the street, there is privacy for outdoor dining and seating areas. Short boxwood hedges contain roses and feature a water fountain. The pool area is delineated by a short wall and patio for lounge chairs and an umbrella for the sun. In fall, the Annabelle hydrangea blooms have changed from white to green. Carpet roses maintain their blooms, and the vegetable garden is ready to harvest. Lush Roseanne geraniums maintain their display throughout the season and into the fall. We hope you enjoyed the 2021 virtual garden tour. Thank you to the homeowners, master gardeners, sponsors, and the many Shaw Guild volunteers that supported both the garden tour and this virtual tour.